Wait. So if I masterwork this, and if I masterwork this, this goes to max. This goes... We hit it, dude! Hey. We just hit the quadruple 100 stat effect on stream. True. So just give me a minute. We need to masterwork one more thing. Oh, that looks beautiful. Okay. Now, before we get into the details on how all of this works, I want to let you guys know that if you're looking for a video for triple 100 stats and all the details for those armor pieces that you have to keep, all the numbers that you should be looking for on your armor pieces, I will drop the link to that video in the description. So make sure to check it out, because that triple 100 stat video is very helpful. And if you're new, returning, or if you're just into just min-maxing those stats like I am, it will really help you out, because in this one, I'm not going to be going over how to achieve triple 100 stats, because the numbers of the armor pieces are different for this one and for the triples. So make sure to check it out. Anyway, let's get into this one now. So as you guys can see, we have max strength, max intellect, max recovery, and tier 6 mobility. The key here is the Dragon Shadow. As long as you have Dragon Shadow, that also means that every time you dodge, you get plus 50 mobility. So as long as your mobility is above 50, in our case, we still manage to keep it at tier 6. So every time I dodge, this goes to 110. So it's 10 over what we actually need, but it's perfect. Awesome thing is, every time we dodge, that buff, the plus 50 mobility, alongside with all the reloads that you get on all of your guns, and you pretty much get quick draw on all of your guns. The amazing thing is that buff lasts for 10 seconds, which means that you dodge, you have the buff, you have the plus 50 mobility, you have all the reloading, you have all the swap speeds, all the amazing stuff, and you're running around at max mobility. So you have 100 mobility, 100 recovery, 100 intellect, and 100 strength, baby. So this is what I like to call the quadruple stat effect. Ladies and gents, before we move on with the video, I want to mention something I forgot while I was going over the build, which is with Dragon Shadow, every dodge also affects the dodge cooldown itself. So you're pretty much getting the dodge as fast as possible, which is 11 seconds currently, because obviously you are at max mobility, right? So keep that in mind. And you can even lower the cooldown, as I explained in the video, which means that you can just keep dodging and you can keep having that mobility at max at all times. And then one more thing you can do to get your dodge even faster is you need a void class item, and you need to equip the right mods in order to reduce the cooldown of your class ability by around 1 or 1.3, 1.5 seconds. So that will drop your dodge even lower. So you can pretty much keep up your mobility at 100 at all times as long as you're alive. On paper, it is possible to have even discipline at 100 right here, but that requires the RNG like out of this world. Another thing that makes all of this possible, of course, is the seasonal mods. You need to have the seasonal mods. This isn't the case as it was with the triple 100 stats, where you might not have one of the seasonal mods and you can still easily hit triple 100 stats, as I go over in that video. When we're talking about the quads, it's not that way. You need to have the seasonal mods, because it's very hard to get these 3 at 100 and then also have the mobility above 5, in this case 6, which is crazy. And somehow we still manage to have resilience at 3. Like, these stats right here, ladies and gentlemen, are out of this world. I'm so happy right now that this actually happened on stream. So as long as you have the Radiant Light, which gives you, let's take a look here, plus 20 strength, you have Powerful Friends that gives you plus 20 mobility, and another key factor is you have to be on stasis. If you're not on stasis, this is very hard to do, because you get plus 10 recovery, plus 10 resilience, and plus 10 strength. The fragment that they added like just a few days ago is what made this possible for me to get the quadruple 100 stat effect. And I'm super happy about it. Let's take a look at the armor pieces itself, and let's talk about the numbers that you're looking for to make this happen. Now, as you guys can see, this one actually dropped with 28 recovery and 22 intellect, which is honestly crazy. That's a very good roll. That's what you're looking for. In this case, for example, guys, I was looking for recovery, intellect, and strength, right? Now, to make your life easier, what you want is The three stats, these three stats in this case, you want the combination of the stats to be around 58 to 62. The other stats, the higher the better. Also, another thing, when I say 58, 62, that is the perfect case scenario. It is not needed, but that is the perfect case scenario, which means that if that does happen, you'll just get these stats way easier. But if it's not that high and if it's around 56, it can still work. So keep that in mind. Don't delete those. Put them on, take a look, do the math. This one is a really good one, right? We have 22, 22. So it dropped with base 20 and 20 on recovery on intellect. And then we have the strength was at 11. So it's not even 56 or whatever. You guys see that, right? Then on the Dragon Shadow, we have pretty decent mobility as a drop. It was at 10 because we have powerful friends and it masterworked. It dropped at 18 recovery, 6 intellect, and then we have a mod. So overall, none of these armor pieces are like insanely god rolls, guys. That's what people don't get. Like, people think you need some kind of godly armor pieces in order to get these triple hundreds and, in this case, quadruple 100 stat effects. And that is just not the case. The main thing is the distribution of these stats. As long as they are distributed in your favor, you're good. Keep that in mind. Don't delete armor pieces that drop with a base of 58. Don't do it. It might be good if the distribution is correct. The boots is pretty good here, guys. Look, the mobility was at 12. The recovery was at 19. The intellect was at 21. And then obviously we're using a strength mod. So the strength was at 2. But it was just enough, baby. But yeah, that's a closer look at the armor pieces. At this point, it's Professor Pips. Amazing, says MB. Hey, dude, I appreciate it. Dude, I really love min-maxing my gear. I really do. It's just something to do at endgame, like to be able to, you know, tweak your character and kind of squeeze the most you can out of your character and to see, like, this is crazy, man. I've been trying to get this for so long. For so long, dude. Okay, now let's talk about what I think makes this build very, very strong and one change I would make if it was possible. The thing that I like, obviously, is that my neutral game at all times, no matter what I'm doing, I'm not worried about my super energy because it's coming back really fast. I'm not worried about my recovery because it's out of this world, so I can get out of some crazy situations. The fact that I can rely on this at all times and I can have tier 6 mobility and then dodge and have tier 10 mobility, to me is insane. I love it. This literally gives me the ability to just be so evasive and have my recovery on a totally different level. And that is what I love about this whole setup. Now, I know a lot of people say that you don't need max recovery. You can use Crimson. And to me, that really doesn't make sense. And here's why. Yes, Crimson heals you when you get a kill. But what if you just get tagged with a sniper shot, with a bow shot, with a grenade launcher shot, whatever it is, and you're trying to get away? That's when max recovery kicks in and literally just saves your life and gets you out of insanely crazy situations. So to have these three stats up at all times, especially in this meta where these melees on the Stasis Hunter are so good, to me is absolutely amazing. And I'm really happy about it. And then obviously we have the super, which in competitive modes is a huge thing. It literally wins games. So to have that and to be able to run these three stats at a max and mobility at max, thanks to Dragon Shadows plus 50. Woo! Chat, I'm super hyped and I'm super happy. Now, the thing that I don't like is that because how the seasonal mods are right now, I had to go for strength instead of discipline. And the reason I would prefer discipline in my hunter's case is because of this dodge right here. Let me show you this one. Gambler's Dodge. Avoiding enemy attacks, dodging near enemies fully recharges your melee ability. Now, the great thing about this, when I'm running it with Dragon Shadow, that dodge is even better. So I dodge next to someone, I get my melee back instantly, by the way, and I also reload. So I pretty much have both dodges in one. I would prefer, just because of that, to have discipline at a max instead of my strength, but I'm not complaining. I'm just nitpicking here, and I'm just telling you the little things that I would change. However, that said, I do have a class item where I can run double bombers and I can really make my grenades come back way faster, or I can use Traveler's Chosen or many weapons that really help you with the grenade energy regeneration. So that's what I like and I don't like about this overall build. This is my quadruple 100 stat effect build with Dragon Shadow. I am proud of it. I love it. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to destroy people in Crucible with it. I'm happy. I feel like this deserves the dance.